if you don't want to go in the deep. So I mean, actually, how was it? Making the transition. Was it difficult for you? I mean, I don't like to ask questions, but I don't know. I mean, was it a difficult thing, or did you go like, what? I feel comfortable with what I'm about to do. I'm about to make this step, and this is I'm led to do this, and this is at peace. That's it. You were just at peace with your decision, and never thought about turning back.
I was taking it a day at a time. It was only supposed to last 2 months. So being here 22 years is really a godsend. But let's look at it a couple different ways logically. The first thing is I mastered Spanish before coming to Costa Rica. So that transition was very easy for me. I could James Bond it all day long. Gotcha. Secondly, I knew that I was a guest in this country. So I wasn't the loud foreigner. I wasn't expecting certain things, and I had a lot of patience. Keeping an open-mindedness for a new culture and tradition, that made it easy for me, because a lot of things that you hold dear in Louisiana and Philadelphia don't mean anything here. So you don't have that home court advantage. You need to show who you are in that essence. And also, I wasn't looking for trouble. I wasn't licking my thumb and counting dollars on the side of the street. Right. I wasn't being insulting to taxi drivers or the locals. I wasn't throwing trash on the ground or being rude. So there wasn't no sort of violence. Right. Or any sort of aggression or pressure. Naturally, I stand out. We call me a Blanco. I'm an extranjero. I look like I'm from the United States, no matter how old I am. And I never really volunteer my Spanish initially, depending on the situation, because I just want to see the good faith. Right. Let them assume that I don't speak Spanish. So at least I use that to my advantage. You have to do certain things strategically. Right. I don't keep the earbuds in. I'm looking around the street. I'm not paranoid, but I'm astute. I'm looking around. This is not a game. I'm 3,000 miles away from you and my mother. And so I need to take this seriously. Right. And so I was really kind of like, if you're getting through the desert, I could look in the direction of where I was going. But if you're not looking at your feet, you could sprain an ankle. You're dead. And so I was really taking it a day at a time, just to make sure I was getting positive reinforcement, acclimating well. Cost of living was good, so there wasn't pressure there. Earning very good money. And so, my friend, a lot of things just kind of fell into place to make it easier. Now, I'm telling you the end result of it. Trust me, there are certain times where, I needed to really use my resources here to make my life comfortable. There's certain things you can do. There are local people that will assist you cut a certain line if you know somebody, or get things done quicker. Right. There's a lot of red tape here with the government. So if you have accountants and attorneys, your life can be a lot easier too. And right. I prefer that. And, but I guess I just didn't want the United States rat race. I could have done it, but I didn't want it. Right. And so at 27 years old, I put up the white flag and said, you can have it. Let me just see if I could do something else. And fortunately, this paid off. And I just didn't know. But that's what makes life exciting. That's it. Who wants to have things planned out like school or camp? You really want to have a zig and a zag every now and again, and a mix up, because it keeps it exciting. And you and I were talking earlier, it's not really about what happens to you, it's how you react to what happens to you. And the more that, even though things could seem difficult, when I can look back at it and realize that I handled myself in a certain way with good faith, yes, and with good intentions, my good friend, I can live with myself. And those are the sort of personal, positive reinforcements that let me know that I was doing the right thing and to keep doing. It's not for everybody. Right. And trust me, Costa Rica is gorgeous. Don't send me to Siberia. I'm not going to stay there for 22 years. So, but it's nice. It's a good cocktail story to tell people. And a lot of my friends from Philadelphia, when they see me, and they've done exceptionally well, they've all said, Richard, I wish I tried my own adventure, not specifically mine, right, but all of them had something in them that they always want to at least test or try before the kids, the career, the mortgage, the pressures. Right. It's just to take a bite out of life, just to see what it tastes like. And for me, I guess it was being a little selfish. I was a romantic. I wanted to see what could happen in this beautiful 100 years that I have.
Mm.
And so that's why you see me so smiling right now. I have a luxury trade. I married the girl of my dreams, and I'm on a podcast with a good friend of mine. That's great.
Hey, there it is. There it is. And but I'll say it is wonderful. It is wonderful. And you did it. You walked out on, again, I'll say that, you climbed the hills.
Oof.
You didn't allow the things, whatever it may have been, whether it was this old thing, that's the worst one, this old thing in between these old hills right here, telling you,
Mhm.
don't do, you didn't listen to that. You didn't go like, okay, well, this is the box. I got to be in this box. You didn't. And man, I applaud that. And that's what I say to anybody, that's what you should do. No, they can't be a Richard and they can't be a Louisiana Country Boy because we already taken. But they can be who they are. And man, I applaud you for what you're doing and going there and staying and sticking with it. And because I'm sure that old thing in between here again say, Richard, you need to come on back home. You need to go on back many a times, but you said no. Mm-mm.
Well, yes and no. You kind of live it. Now, prior to coming here, I besides the schooling, imagine the sort of work I did with the Spanish outside of the classroom, with the movies and the reading and the writing and the practice. So you wield your sword. You are prepared for this.
Yes.
And if you live it,
Mm.
then it's really just a natural progression. This was my destiny, my friend.
Yeah.
It had to be done.
That is. I'll say this: what you did, and I tell everybody, this is what you should always do. You walked in purpose, on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
people miss that. Some people know when you walk in purpose, on purpose, everything that's purposed for you, you get. You walk into your destiny. That's the only way you can walk into your destiny. You have to do it in purpose, on purpose. You ain't gonna trip into your destiny. You ain't gonna just backdoor into it. No, no, no. It requires something from us. It requires what you did, and you did it. I mean, you did it. And again, like I say, man, I applaud you for it. I applaud you. I applaud you for it, for being able to just come here and share it, like, to tell the story about it. You know, this is not okay. Let me say this. Look here, y'all. This man right here was not born in Costa Rica.
Oh
Okay,
no.
I don't know if y'all missed it. He was not born in Costa Rica. He took the steps before he went. He said he learned Spanish. Okay, he
Mm-hmm.
took the. Okay, that's that thing right there. He took the steps. He was walking in. Look here, I need to do something outside the box. This is what I'm gonna do. If I want to go here, then this is what. See, when you got to Costa Rica, my opinion, I don't know. You had everything in your toolbox already that you needed to fix whatever it was.
I was shining brighter than I've ever done in my entire life since that first day. And I never did telemarketing before. I got on the phone and